Welcome back to the Cardinal Report. This week's correspondent is a compilation of the best North Central College has to offer for the winter season. We take you inside the Cardinal Corner.
Hi, I'm Josh Corso, one-time starter at North Central basketball team. Today I'm going to go ahead and interview a couple of my teammates / roommates, let you see a little bit about North Central College basketball. How is it sitting next to me on the bench? Basically a good part of the game.
Let me tell you, it's an experience everyone wants to have, you know. I mean, sitting next to my big man, Josh Corso, who doesn't want to sit next to him, you know? He's the man of the bench, you know, brings off tons of spirit for us, you know, and, I mean, it's Josh Corso.
I need someone to do their best impression of Coach Raritan.
Which way does he like to go? Right, Coach. Well, keep him left, no baseline. Keep him off the baseline. This is a knockdown, drag-out league. You can't play defense like that. You've been playing here for 2 freaking years. That's my best.
Now, the fans have a lot of questions, and they want to know, have you ever seen a shot that you don't like?
What kind of question is that? Of course not.
Is there anything like maybe Dean should get a shot here and there, or, I mean, is it just chuck it up there?
I just ask myself, how quickly can I get the shot up? That's the real question.
This is Ben Ewell, my equally attractive older brother. Ben, you're currently ranked number 3 in the nation. What makes you such a dominant force out there on the mat?
Well, I don't know about dominant. I just wrestle as hard as I can as long as they let me for 7 minutes.
Modest as usual. You graduated last year.
I did.
What motivated you to come back for another season?
I think the most important thing is that I'm the starting left fielder for the intramural softball team.
Oh, yeah, we've been working hard as a unit all year, so, I mean, following this guy right here, a leader, you know, can't go wrong. So, hoping go 1, 2, 3 in the 4, call it a day.
Sounds like you're pretty confident about that. I'm definitely liking your confidence, and I hope to see you do big things this week.
How do you think about the other kids on the team?
The kids on the team? They're cool. Some of them are funny.
Yeah, I know, I can tell.
She's kind of nicer, not as strict, but still strict. But that is crazy. She has all her marbles in her head. Elevator goes all the way to the top floor.
What would you say is the best part of being Jackie Rico's roommate?
I can think of some negatives, Jackie. But the best part is the fact that we get to vent to each other about everything. And let me tell you, all you guys sitting over here, that we vent a lot about them. So, just joking.
All right, now here with me is Amy Kren, who is also a part-time rapper.
And a full-time basketball player.
So, can we hear one of your raps, please?
Jose Morales lost a lot of dollars. That's why he don't gamble no more. For sure.
I like to see myself as a spirit leader.
And Bree actually came up with our team cheer. She did. She came up. Do you want to show them what it is? Are you ready? Give it to me 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Break it down. Who are we? NC!
We welcome on North Central College Sports Information Director Clark Teuscher for a brief timeout. Clark, the baseball team, they had 2 doubleheaders this weekend against Franklin College. The team finished 1-3 on the young season. Lots of runs in this one.
There was a total of 111 runs scored in 4 games. And talking to the coaching staff after the weekend was over, they said that the wind was blowing straight out, anywhere from 30 to 40 miles per hour, and basically anything that got up in the air was out of the park. So it's tough to try and give your pitchers adjustments or anything like that when they're facing that kind of adversity. You just kind of have to persevere through it the best you can. I mean, they did score about 12 runs per game. It just wasn't quite enough given those conditions.
You know, in the last game, the starting lineup, the top 4 guys, Matt Burke, he's a junior shortstop. Matt Abraham, he's a sophomore right fielder. Joe Turek, he's a freshman first baseman, also DHs. And then Michael Corrigan, who's a sophomore, he's a first base DHman. That was the starting 4 in the last game. The last 3 guys, Turek and Corrigan, like you said, 3 home runs apiece in those 4 games.
Yeah, Joe's a freshman. He hit 12 home runs last season playing a high school schedule, which they don't play nearly as many games as college teams do. And Michael Corrigan's a transfer actually from St. Louis University. He played in a few games for them last season and decided to transfer closer to home. You know, being 6'5", and they played him at catcher last weekend for a couple of games. With the kind of arm he's got, they really think he might have pro potential at that position.
Wow, and all of those guys battering over or near 500 in those 4 games. Now, pitcher Mike Kloss, he's a junior. He got the only W for the Cardinals. He had 4 innings pitched. He gave up 3 runs, but only one of those was earned.
Yeah, I think Mike's one of 2 returning starting pitchers that they have this year, and he was able to keep the ball down and just keep them in the game for the 4 innings that he was in there. They weren't trying to overextend any of the pitchers, given the conditions were less than ideal. It was kind of cool out there. So,
and you were saying North Central College over 60 members on their baseball team this year?
Between 60 and 70 between the varsity and junior varsity rosters. So there's been a great turnout. There's been a lot of interest in that program now that Coach Fitzgerald's taken over.
That's excellent. Over to track and field, they had the last chance meet before the indoor nationals, the men's and women's. Any big names that kind of step out?
Missy Savino had a big weekend. She got a qualifying mark in the pentathlon, so she'll be competing on Friday down at Terre Haute. And in addition to going in the high jump, both the 4x400 meter relay teams for the men and women did get provisional marks, but unfortunately weren't high enough in the rankings to be able to qualify. So it looks like we're going to have 6 men and 6 women at the national championships in Terre Haute, Indiana this weekend.
Oh, that's perfect. And was that kind of maybe a number that they expected to get down there?
Well, I mean, obviously you like to get as many as you can. There were maybe 2 or 3 events on each side where they had individuals qualified. They just didn't rank high enough on the provisional list. The men's team actually has 3 individuals in the 5,000 meters alone. So that's looking good as far as scoring points in that event.
Now, this coming Saturday, the women's lacrosse team will play their first ever game, and it's a home game versus Adrian College.
A lot of excitement around that team right now, and I'm sure some of it is curiosity, just because I'm sure a lot of people aren't going to be quite sure what they're going to be watching. They are up against a pretty good team in Adrian College. They've been around for a while, coming off a couple of big wins. So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. I think we'll have a good crowd for it, and hopefully they can be competitive.
Excellent, Clark. Thanks for all your help. Tune in next week as we take a look at the women's lacrosse team in their inaugural game versus Adrian College. NCTV 17 is always keeping you connected with your area sports scene. I'm Jeff Mahoney. See you next time on your community television leader, Channel 17. Go Cardinals.